Okay, what the... Way too intense of a sneeze, man. Let's dial it down. We'll watch. Who is this guy? Let me check. Someone unfollowed me, I didn't realize it. I recently updated my application. Okay. The hell is this? Okay. Yeah, this new setup for the streams, because I updated my mobile app, kind of sucks. It's good that I can edit. That means I don't need my laptop anymore to do highlights and things of that nature. And these are features that needed to be here for a while, but how do I check my chat? The only reason I have this shit on my phone is so I can look at stuff like that. The stream manager. Okay, I can look at chat that way. So this is how it's gonna work in the future. I'm just gonna be looking at a black box in my text. It's a weird system of compromises and improvements. It just shows just how much the internet depends on site grading in order to progress. This is why it's so popular to download stuff that reverts these sites and applications back to their old form. I remember when there was like a feature for that on Twitter to like revert it to like the old classic Twitter aesthetic. So did I not... Who do I want in my party? I want Adelie. I'm gonna take Bo this time. Just get a little bit of variance. My battle quotes and stuff like that. Alright, so from here on out, I'll get to block 50, and I'll make getting the rest of the thing a marathon. It shouldn't have taken me this long to get to block 50, but keep in mind that most people skip a lot of the tasks and requirements because they really only care for the ones that are genuinely missable, since that fulfills the U-books content. The item I got right here, like, this shit is useful, but everything else is kind of whack. People are still on the same bullshit. Okay, and then this should... So what was the requirement for this one? I didn't even pay attention. Well, if it's pull off a big combo, I can do that easily. That was a decent haul of EXP. So far, this has been the biggest learning curve, learning Haseo's new weapon, the twin gun. Someone actually made an interesting point about how you're actually limited in the type of party members you get. Like, there's only another adept rogue, and that's I think Matsu-san, but you don't really use Matsu's broadsword for story reasons, and also because having another broadsword user or scythe user would be wild with it.
I can do it too.
There would be no difficulty to this game whatsoever, like. We had two people who just like uses some big ass buster swords, man. It'd be crazy. Not that the game isn't easy. The game's already easy enough as it is. Sometimes I think like video game designers are a glorified no fun club. Don't want to have you having too good of a time. Let's limit the fun times to be had so that we can add them in like a later re-release. And we change our mind, we're like, no, we over-corrected. Let's let people enjoy the damn game. Okay. So, I'm gonna get to 50. I guess I'll give it to Pi. Sucks. Fucking hate this. Having to charge my controller and play at the same time. All the grandmas who are watching this stream are wincing right now. Honestly, seeing who follows me outside of email feels like forbidden knowledge because it's like so many bots and shit. The bots followers are the weirdest ones because you would check their stream and it's like an AI doing the mouth movements for like a fakes. Okay. Terrain arc. What did I get there? I'm gonna have to check later on when I go over this stream. Big brain move right there. Just talk to it and they'll kind of like appear behind you and shit like that. You don't worry about them taking damage. See, this just makes navigating much easier. I don't even care about the treasure aspect. It just show me where the exit is so I can get up out of here.
I can do it too.
That's right. That's right. Let's do this. How did my morale gauge go up so fast? That usually is like a mission to do. Get them both. There you go. Now I have 32, so I got 3 out of that whole exchange. So it pays to fight more aggressively in this game. You get more morale gauges, and that helps you with the other side quests, which in turn helps you with the VU books, most likely.
This is a piece of cake.
Okay, delete this. I'm gonna make up for last time. So up, down, up, X, right, left. There you go. It helps if you vocalize it. That's one thing about learning styles that you gotta consider. Just adding more context to things can make it easier to do the right thing. It can also be a distraction and a hindrance, so try to make sure those wires don't cross, actually.
It's my turn to play.
Let's go. See, he does the reload when he rolls automatically. $100. Gangsta, now I'm level 146. Inching my way towards that next trophy. Yes, sir. This one makes it tempting to just avoid getting treasure and make my way towards the exit, but still doing everything I need to do to advance, get my trophies and stuff. Little contrivances such as this don't really bother me too much. Plus, I think I went downstairs. Yeah, I probably did. Just going automatically with it. Went through the reds and shit. Okay, let's see.
You're open!
That won't need any more chims, but just in case. So this is what's causing it. I'm not playing as I normally would because I got the whole map on me, non-procedurally. But hey, it's raising my chances of fulfilling the requirements. inevitable that. Yep. There you go.
That was nothing.
Fuck it though.
You're open.
Gob cannon. Really now. Oh well, this is the goblin tech, so makes sense. Shit sucks. Alright, let's get it. Get your mans. You know what? Put those as your mans. Both of y'all, that's your mans. This is my mans now, man. I'm gonna get him. Focus on who you need to. Defend yourself. Alright, let me check my charge. See, this is what I hate about starting a stream with like an empty controller. I gotta deal with this for the rest of my fucking days. Oh, let me stop this lady. She about to waste all my shit. What the fuck are you doing, you stupid ass? Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yo, cursor. Move.
Oh, rep!
Fuck.
Oh, rep! Oh, rep!
You wanna waste all our MP like that? SP, whatever, it don't matter. I don't fucks with that. It's annoying. Oh, because the cursor didn't want to move. Is that a controller issue? I don't think so. Maybe it's like a draw distance thing. Bad programming. Don't know, don't fucking care. Just don't like that shit.
It's my turn to play.
Little ass kid doing that.
Morning's up!
It's my turn on the thing. Mom said it's my turn to kill chaos. Let me clap your shit. You guys didn't even break. You almost did, so I'm gonna start hating now. Plus, this does benefit me in a way, so cool.
Orphan's done! I did it! Rep! Be careful, everyone!
Adelie is fucking dead. Well, not Adelie, Bo. Okay, I went after the wrong one. Okay, so short fishing. I didn't get that one. Don't even know what the price for that one is, but it's not a big of a deal. I did ultimately get the only one that was worthwhile to get.
Too much?
Okay. Sakubo is the most realistic character in this whole thing. That ooh speak. It's not ooh, it's whoa. But you know. It used to be funny when you hear motherfuckers say, well, whoa, what's this? And now everybody says like, ooh, and ironically, or not even like sincerely, but like it's become, that's the right way to you say it now. Like how literally it means figuratively now. Am I fighting a pair with horns? Oh, that's a motherfucking ball sack. The fuck? I wanted to talk to all of them. Alright, I'm gonna head to town real quick. Let's see what's going to happen with Crimson Versus. Just look at that Kino ass image. I saw Kite looking like a beast, like a killer.
Crimson Versus.
Okay. Cold-hearted Saku. So I only got one left, I think. Let's take a look. Zelkova. So once I get Zelkova, that's it. Zelkova of Moontree, man. They really wanted to build intrigue on that character for a while. They wanted that mystery, like, yo, who is Zelkova? Oh shit. Bo was already in the red with me. We're trying to have a baby with my ass. Anyway, let's see. It's a weird fucking thing to say, but whatever. Okay, Renji. Okay, an 80 hit combo. So I got that in the bag. I don't confuse the fuck out of the game. Okay, camera.
It's my turn to play.
There you go. Camera was being ed with that shit. Just like that, I did what the game asked of me, so let me focus on getting the Rengekis off. Okay. Sure, we did it. Anyway. How far am I in this joint? Let's see. I really only got 3.5 level ups to go. Okay, let's see.
I'll crush you.
Warlock's done!
Let me violate a little bit. Get that Rengeki bonus. Yeah, I didn't want to get your mans. Alright, let's see. Let me get up out this corner.
It's my turn.
Motherfucker charged that punch like a Rasengan. Yeah, shout out to the Chidori and the Rasengan for making the weakest punch in the world look, hard as hell. Well, it depends. Not all jabs are like weak. Apparently, Muhammad Ali's jab was so fucking like nasty with it. It made him look dangerous. It was described as like a rapier jab. Although the way that dude threw that punch, that was a haymaker. Actually, with the way Naruto throws his Rasengan, that's more of a haymaker as well. He kind of like flips it. That's why everyone was like grabbing his Rasengan early on. It's not because it was too small. I don't give a fuck. It was because he was, as Kabuto said, throwing it in like a sweeping motion. If you actually like jabbed it the way people will be using the Chidori, like Sasuke and Kakashi and whatnot, it would be an issue. You'd just be fucking people up easily with that little basic ass Rasengan. But I guess that's Naruto's fighting style. He does like throwing those haymakers and uppercuts from hell. They're easily telegraphed, but they do hit hard, man. Like, people get killed with fucking haymakers. That's why if you ever see someone throw a punch, like instinctively and they don't know how to fight, the first type of punch they throw is like a haymaker, because it's strong as hell, but everyone's just gonna do the same thing. If you try to throw it at them, they're gonna grab your hand. Although no one does that anymore now, because like I used to watch Vines where people would do that shit, but people actually know better. They kind of have it in the meta, this is not how you fight or defend yourself or run up on anybody. This is how you look like an idiot. Come on, get your mans. Actually, forget getting a man, just get this motherfucker right here. Alright, there you go. Now you can do whatever you want. Oh, this goblin has a nice ass.
Have you learned your lesson?
Okay, there you go. Someone's gonna clip that out of context. game changer right here. What is that cyan light coming from the wheels? I'm gonna try and get my... Alright. I noticed that when you walk in the rooms, there's like a little pause. You can't just menu immediately. Okay, this...
It's my turn.
You dead. Long live the Lord. That's a bird, man. That's a bird with a Gandalf beard. Dumbledore-ass beard. Oh, beard. Actually, it has a lizard's tail. Okay, so it has like eagle wings, a lizard's tail, a Dumbledore beard. Probably got an owl face if we got a beard, honestly.
Rip me!
Get his ass. Oh yeah.
We did it.
147, man, I'm a killer now. I could really just get to 150 off the arena if I wanted to. Which might be what I'm gonna do. Oh. I got the Reeboks. Okay, I'll toss an item. Because I don't want to waste my resources now. Come on. Don't draw hate now. Alright, there you go. No, I'm not giving that shit up. I'm gonna probably drop. I don't know why I have this shit, so. Okay, let's see. Stop it, Adelie. Okay, I gotta change her fucking programming. Alright. I think this concludes the Cernunos diegetic subplot. Oh, never mind.
Tabby. Tabby? She's asleep. First she calls me up, then she's not where she said she'd be, and now she's lying here fast asleep in the middle of a place like this.
Why's she looking at his D?
Paseo.
How do you know him by his D and not by his face?
Paseo!
Hey!
You came!
Get off me! Jeez, if you call someone to meet up with you, you shouldn't just go on without them.
I need to heed that advice myself.
I got a little ahead of myself. I didn't want to just stand around and wait, so I went inside for a bit and got chased around by monsters for a while. And pretty soon I realized that I kind of lost my way. And then I got sleepy, and then I was asleep.
This is the 50th floor. This is so beyond losing your way. You know, you haven't changed a bit. Still as spontaneous as ever.
She must be a different type of gangster to be this over level.
Paseo, you've changed though.
Huh?
You know, this is the only voice actor here who has that old school New York accent. Because the early games had that shit, because Anime was still pretty NYC, heavy Jewish accents and stuff like that. But I guess that like changed around now, and it's still kind of changing OD. we're kind of at a point where everyone sounds super Cali and shit. Like they eat nothing but vegan burritos and whatnot.
I don't know how to put this. It's almost like you lost your rage. I was so worried about you, Haseo. I mean, you're the type that pushes forward all by yourself. But I'm glad you're okay. Oh, I got a message from Shino. She said that you were able to save her.
Yeah.
It was a group effort, really.
You know,
But Haseo did a lot of the heavy lifting.
I stopped playing the world so I could study to be a nurse, remember? I guess I got into it for Shino at first, but it seems like it really suits me. It's fun to be able to do something for someone else. That's why I think I can try so hard. Like you, Haseo. This is the last day I'll be coming to the world. That's all I wanted to say.
Right.
Well, I'm logging off.
You're going already?
I have a test the day after tomorrow. What can I do? I'm really glad I met you, Haseo. Bye.
That's probably a sayonara,
Hey,
not a
Tabby.
Jane.
Yeah?
Oh, well... Becoming a nurse is, pretty hard, right? Are you sure you can keep up? With the studies and all? What?
Well, Haseo, it looks like you're perplexed at your thoughtfulness. And surprised that it feels nice at the same time. Am I right?
Huh? What do you mean?
I'll email you later. Bye-bye.
Good for her. She really found something she wants to do. Better keep moving.
There you go. We finally ran into her.
That scared me.
Oh, never mind. We're fighting this thing. Thought we would have had like a certain Nunos encounter. Let me not do an R1 follow-up. Okay, that ended up serving me particularly well. I'm almost done with this shit. was so ready to get this guy with a data drain and shit. See, that's what I want right there. Well, this is the last point in this dungeon. From here on out, I have to do it all in one sitting. Nanase Mitabi. Okay, and did I hand her a flyer radar? I think I did. Let's save right here. Whoa! I like when people start acting like exact TV. RIP to that motherfucker, by the way. Okay, let's see what this email is about. It's a message from Tabby. Thanks for coming. I was glad I got to see you. I truly felt this. Isn't the world such a wonderful place? Was I too slow in noticing this? Oh yeah, Haseo. You lost my member address, right? Oh well. I'll give it to you again, but don't lose it this time. I plan on being in the world today. So if there's anything, let me know. Even if there's nothing, let me know too. Okay, so now we got ability for post game. Yeah, they really want you to want a nut in her and shit. Which admittedly is not a difficult feat on my end, but whatever.
Crimson versus
27 wins, 5 losses. Did we get a new card though? No, we're at that stage. This shit right here is probably gonna be the mission getting card 95, Zelkova of Moontree. Okay, whatever. Let me take this off because I hate standing so close to the TV. If you've noticed, my streams have gotten shorter. The lack of story content is probably one of those things, but sleep schedules, little annoying things like what I'm dealing with right now in terms of the controller charge, that fucked it up. This thing got no juice. Anyway, let's put it off to Lumina Cloth. I'll try to kick some ass. Adelie. No. Good thing with that character you have two different voice line options, essentially. Okay, limit battle. So let's see who these motherfuckers are. Okay, my virus core count is at 67, so I can get another.
The highly anticipated battle is about to begin! How are they so powerful? At times, the world can be so unfair! We are witnessing history in the making! The fighters gallantly enter the arena! Fight their way to the top, and the other fighters won't have anything on them! Fighting is like a real-time renaissance! The fighters take center stage!
Oh wow, this commentary sounds like the type of shit I would write on the spot.
Is giving me a bad case of the goosebumps! How will this fight end? Nobody knows!
Alright, cool. Keep everyone in the field of view. Gotta smack all the motherfuckers at once, man. That's hype. Let me violate them. I'm not even gonna skip this scene. I want this to be in your face. Okay, this is a Chidori Nagi Nata. Okay, so they could have gone harder. This one, the typical strategies don't really like work. Okay, she got my ass right there. She getting my ass with the Hangekis and shit like that. Whoo, how do you like that shit? I guess I gotta focus the leader. Alright, I'll violate them all in style. Second time, same as the first. Second verse, same as the first, really. Wrathbringer. Deadly Fear Blade. I'm never gonna change out of this armor. I'm gonna just be real with you on that. And now for the only reason you will ever go to Doldana. Besides flyer radar stuff. Butt rice. Glad I played this game while I was older, because if I saw his name as a kid, or even as a 21-year-old, I would have gotten horny. Anyway, let's see. So, who am I taking out? Bo, you gotta go. You know what, I'm gonna save the dudes and the people who want my beef for later. So, Kun-san, you gotta come through with me. So where's Magus at? That looks like a gun. Nah, those are for throwing hands. So let's see the name of the sealed beast. Hope it's something hard as hell in terms of the naming. The more Kino, the better. The Unswayed. I like this track that plays a lot though. Oh, I'm just ripping through them now. Look at this emo ass. Yo, what the fuck was that shit? My basic combo and that Tempest blast just like ripped through his ass. Like some toilet paper. Felt bad for whooping the asses like that in that event fight. I feel like I went way too hard. And in some ways not hard enough. Like I could have at least tried to get an S on that shit. Wiped the other two out. I decided to be tactical and whatnot. That'll save me some time. Let's see. $11 battles. Let's see if this is going to be it.
Crimson versus
9 wins and 2 losses. Mithril Maiden. Okay, they don't want to give me that Zelkova. That's all I'm really fiending for at the moment. Let's see. This white thing. There you go. I mean, I saved. What more do you want from me? Alright, something I want to check out really soon. Since I couldn't get a trophy for getting to 150 or... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I was about to like watch some movie scenes, but I figured before I even do that, let me log back into the world and check my Ryu books. So I do want a dopamine boost for getting a trophy, some way, somehow. Okay, so go to Tartarga and then head back to Brag Epona. You know, I noticed Final Fantasy XI is all about, for the most part, French and German names, whereas this game is going dumb hard on Japanese and German. Mostly German. I mean, you see a little bit of it in 11 as well with the Japanese, but just with stuff like Tenshoto and Raisenjima, Tenzin. I feel like a lot of this is going to be backloaded to the 80s and the 100s of where I'm heading off to. The town. Let's head to Makanu for a little bit. A couple things I want to see. These guys just like twinning. Okay, just at the brink of it. Burst! That name had me dying a little bit. I mean, that's kind of my PSN name. If you think about it, Max Wave V. This is Burst. That's what I write when I tell people to nut. Anyway. I always try to talk to her. So what did that accomplish? Nothing, motherfucker. So this feels more of the original tetralogy.
My name is Jun Von Shoya. I wrote this journal. I'm a programmer, an AI psychologist, and an employee at CC Corporation. This journal will serve as a collection of my experiences as the lead developer on something called Project GU, and my personal impressions and analysis of a game known as The World. Struck as I was by a bout of guilt, I feel this is the only possible remedy for my conscience. Although I wouldn't swear that everything in this journal is 100% accurate. To me, it's the absolute truth. The World is an online game. Players assume the role of a character and enjoy various adventures while chatting with friends. Also by email or through forums. They exchange game information and engage in social interactions that they might not normally experience. It can truly be called a game of communication. As I write this journal, I know there is one event I can't avoid discussing. It's the first
Third
thing
network crisis, or second actually.
The second network crisis. The event is often referred to by its nickname, the Morgana incident. The
final boss of
Dot
Hack.
What I learned while working on GU for the CC Corporation. It's a reconstruction of what happened from my personal point of view, supplemented with logs. Logs I stole off the network. I'm going back now to the year 2010. I'll begin this journal with the story of a boy, a young gamer who had just logged onto the world for the first time. His character's name was Kite, and at the time he was only 14 years old.
I was around the same, I actually was the same age back then.
He had been invited to play by his friend whose character's name was Orca. This was his first adventure.
Oh man, these scenes were so Kino. Why is this game getting a remaster?
While Kite and Orca were journeying through the dungeon, they met a mysterious girl named Aura. Aura was being chased by a rogue monster known as Skaith.
Or was the rumor true?
Take this. Huh? Please take this. There's no time. Please.
What's this?
A great force. The power it holds can bring forth either salvation or destruction at the whim of the users.
After entrusting them with the Book of Twilight, the mysterious girl disappeared. Soon after, Orca was killed when Skaith attacked him with an unauthorized and illegal power, and the character was lost. As a result, the gamer who was playing as Orca fell into a coma.
This is like how those coming-of-age hood drama stories start off with.
run. It'll kill you.
Your mans gets fucked up. You get robbed.
What the hell? What is this? There's something wrong. Nothing works.
The imagery on that is so fucking kino, man.
No. It wasn't supposed to be this way. I'm sorry. Get out of here.
I know it sounds like some cheap sci-fi movie, but the player actually fell into a coma because of this online game. As involved as I was,
Sounds like a
in Project
creepypasta
GU,
more than
I
anything.
understood how something like this could happen. This incident, a player being left comatose after playing the world, was not made public. I'm just an engineer, so I don't know all the details, but I can guess what happened. The CC Corporation must have used their political influence to kill the story before it was released. Not long after, I found evidence that at least 6 other gamers had suffered exactly the same fate as that boy. The names of the 6 were Sora, Alf,
Haseo, basically.
Carl, Kazu, Orca, and Sieg. The first of the lost players had already woken up from her coma. The character name was Tsukasa.
The main character of the anime.
At another point, much later, Sora and Sieg became intimately involved with Project GU. But for now, let's return to Kite's story.
Who's Sieg?
Thanks to the intervention of Helba, Kite was saved from the threat of Skaith. And it was Kite who received the installation book, Book of Twilight, instead of Orca. With it, Kite's skills expanded, becoming able to modify the abilities of his character and gain unauthorized powers.
Who's this VA? So his color palette changed. Just trying to go for that Link voice acting.
Like it or not, it was the same attack Skaith had used to put his friend Orca into a coma.
That skill. Now, I understand. You are the same as the virus. To think that I was saved by someone like you.
Balmung.
No. That's not... I don't even know what's...
Do not lie to me. Recently, many places within the world have been damaged by a virus. Those who willfully spread the virus and destroy this world for their own amusement, they shall receive no mercy.
No, that's not me.
Aura had given him the bracelet, and now with his new illegal powers, Kite decided to take action to save his unconscious friend Orca. And alongside Kite, there was always one girl.
You didn't even need my help at all, did you? By the way, I guess you can tell that I'm a newbie too. Yeah. It must be pretty obvious by the way I acted back there. That's hardly the way to talk to someone who just saved your life. Who, me? I'm not afraid. No way.
And that early PS2 era hits differently.
Standing up for the both of us. My controller is soaked with sweat. So what about you, huh?
Her character name was Black Rose. She was the real-life older sister of Kazu, one of the coma victims I mentioned above. She was also a new player. She had just logged on to the world for the first time to try to save her brother. The two of them were working together toward a common goal. Kite's war continued, and soon many other players joined him.
Oak.
Mia, the mysterious rogue cat, and Elk, the young man that cared so much for her.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's get ready then.
Oh, that's Brienne Sedal.
Mia!
Excuse me? You. Yes, you. That's a unique bracelet. Can I take a look?
Can you see it?
Yes, of course. Do you mean to say that you can't see this nice bracelet? Even if you can't see it. As long as you know it's there, it's the same thing as seeing it, right?
Bracelet? Hey, what are you talking about? I can't see any bracelet, Mia.
Well, thanks a lot for letting me look at your bracelet. I have a feeling we're going to meet again. Somehow. Well, see you around.
Wait, Mia! What about the aromatic grass?
Balmung, who along with his sworn friend Orca, had earned the title Descendant of Fiona, appeared as well.
Draw your sword, now! I do not speak of hackers. And I must ask, I have not been able to contact him since that event. What has become of him? I do understand, but you need to face facts. With you two involved, things get worse. That's how I see it. Am I wrong?
And Helba, the legendary super hacker.
You don't have time to get depressed.
Who are you?
A friend, or perhaps a foe. A meddler with a warning. It's not that hard to imagine. Like I said, someone is always watching.
Amidst the increasing turmoil of the world, they each had their own reasons, but together they set out to deal with the illegal monsters called data bugs.
Laura?
I see you received the mail I sent you. Yet, however, it's too late.
Wait! There's something I have to ask you.
Kite finally managed to reunite with Ara, but immediately after Kite found her, she was deleted by Skaith. Aura's data was chopped into segments and frozen in various locations around the world. There was a battle between the first phase Skaith and Kite, the holder of the bracelet. Kite managed to gain a difficult victory, but what he couldn't imagine at the time was it was just the opening battle in a long, long war.
Skaith is supposedly canonically the strongest of the 8 phases, but he's also the first one. It's kind of weird. But I guess towards the end he's able to defeat the last one, in Corbinic, on his own merits without having to use the techniques he inherited due to the Kubia element Corbinic had and the Morgana element as well. Look at this Indian soap opera ass editing.
Kite's story shall continue. But first there's the mystery of the brilliant AI programmer and creator of the world, Harold Hewick, and the lost epic poem, Epitaph of Twilight. There's little doubt that the second network crisis of 2010 was a direct result of the world. It was awful. It caused catastrophic damage to travel, communication, and healthcare industries all over the planet. What exactly was it that caused the network crisis? It was the very power that was being researched at Project GU. In other words, the network version of God. My efforts were entirely devoted to technical research and the existence of God in the world. It became a story of human foolishness and a paradise abandoned by God.
Alright, let's see how much of a charge I got from all of that. Nothing really.
Using the power of the bracelet, Kite defeated Skaith. But instead of rescuing his friend Orca from the coma, Kite's victory actually led to the birth of a new, frightening enemy, Kubia.
Kubia.
Leos, the system administrator at CC Corp, viewed Kite's behavior as potentially dangerous.
Welcome. I am Leos.
Kite was
a
determined
badass
to do
OST.
whatever was necessary to save his friend.
And the situation would not have deteriorated.
You not only did
But to
nothing
Balma,
about the home of
who represented average players, and to these system administrators, the ones who maintain the world, the power of the bracelet was nothing more than a cheat. In other words, an illegal engine mod.
But aside
Kite's
from
voice
that,
is familiar.
take immediate action to prevent the situation from worsening. It requires that you delete your character.
delete it? Why?
You should know that your character violates the software usage agreement. Installation of an illegal effect. You do know what I'm referring to. I will delete you.
Wait a moment.
However, Kite's character was protected by powerful defenses. And even the system administrators were unable to cancel his account.
Right here and now.
No way! I wouldn't do that.
I know. Since you aren't stupid. The stupid one is this pig-headed man. You don't even understand how it works, yet you'll delete it before finding that out. Or do you even possess the ability to delete it in the first place? The boy's character data is so well protected, the system administrator can't even crack it. In spite of the fact that you developed a vaccine and disguised it as a rare item. Deleting those you cannot control is something that a pighead would do.
Thanks to some help from a hacker named Helba, Kite was able to escape surveillance by Leos.
Hold on. Wait, what do you mean that you don't?
Intrigued by Kite's powers, Helba told Kite of the relationship between Orca's coma and the Epitaph of Twilight. The Epitaph of Twilight was an epic poem that spread around the internet and inspired the creation of the world. The author, Emma Wieland, was no longer alive, and the poem fragments had been scattered all over. So the true nature of the poem was a subject of much debate among players.
Although,
If the design of this world was based upon writings in the Epitaph of Twilight, it should provide you a clue.
Forget it.
Leo,
Yeah, what?
the code name given to a system administrator. Were you remotely aware that it's the name of the King of Light that appears in the Epitaph?
It is?
Following the instruction of Leos, Kite set out to investigate an area infected by a virus.
huh? Ah! Oh no, what now?
That's it? That thing is the cause?
That's where he defeated the second phase, Innis. Skaith, Innis.
Magus.
This was exactly the Morgana factor that we were researching at Project GU. After defeating the second phase, Kite found one of the segments Aura had been divided into and liberated it. Following this, Kite made his way to an area Aura had told him about in an email, where he encountered Kubia.
She was that character who was like super in character.
It was true, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
At any rate, this girl, she's beautiful, but I don't know how to say this. But she's not alive.
They really dragged her into that shit. I remember that. That was fucking crazy.
Using the bracelet's power,
She just wanted to play the game normally.
For the moment, believing that freeing Aura was the only way to solve the mysteries that had been plaguing him, Kite redoubled his efforts.
Oh, she's gonna pull this nightmare fuel.
Kite, this lone young man, was attempting to do by himself what we, the members of Project GU, had spent countless man-hours and huge amounts of money working towards. No special knowledge, no help from anyone. With only the strength of his own convictions, this young man, this Kite, pursued the mystery of the epitaph of Twilight. To that end, Kite contacted an information broker, someone named Wiseman.
One of my faves.
From Wiseman, Kite learned about the epitaph of Twilight and the 8 phases of the Cursed Wave. He went to visit an unauthorized server called the Net Slum. This was a place within the world that wasn't part of the world. A kind of gathering place for hackers, rogue AI characters, and other types of junk data.
Stay in the hood right now.
Looking for Helba?
Huh? Yes.
It so happens I briefly heard from her recently. The epitaph of Twilight. To sum it up in a nutshell, it is a tale. Or to elaborate further, it is a saga that recounts how the Age of the Spirits came to an end.
The tale of an end?
Indeed. However, the texts are scattered. Even if found, they are extremely difficult to comprehend. Yes, it'll be a very tricky business.
Say, there's something that's been bothering me. The people around here, they all look so different from anybody I've seen anywhere else.
She sounds so
This
stubborn.
place was once where all of the unsuccessful non-player characters drifted, sort of a sanctuary for failures. Then players who considered them amusing came up with their own variations of failed characters. Now the boundaries between player and non-player character is quite indistinct. Some of them simply don't know which category they fall into. There are maybe even those who have lost their bodies on the outside. Mere memories, faded reminders of the individuals they once were. Only their character data remains intact and active as they wander the network. Yes, the same fate as Herald.
So CC Corp is a Japanese developer, but the creator of the world is Howard
It was
Hewick.
there that Kite reunited with Helga. If anyone could be called the creator of the Net Slum, it was Helga. In the Net Slum, Kite learned more information about the original creator of the world, Harold Hewick, and his goal. He also learned that at the heart of the world existed...
Because I don't think Pi is Helba, because Helba was way too
Just then,
Kino.
Balmung and Leos appeared.
Epitaph of Twilight. Both of you have succeeded in reaching it as well, I see. Oh, look. We have an unusual and unexpected guest. As a representative of Net Slum, I greet you. Welcome to paradise.
Mama.
You sided with Leos, I see. You cracked easily for someone who was so sure of himself.
Don't judge. I'm not like you.
Stalking the boy is shameful behavior. You've disgraced the name of the descendant of Fianna.
What? Mama, you used us?
It was necessary to restore order.
Order. There's an order that the world desires, and then there's the order that you desire. Which form should it take, Balmer?
The order that I desire, of course.
Leos.
Our featured performer. Now all of the actors have assembled.
Quit your yapping, woman. You are entities that unquestionably pose a grave threat to this world. I'll delete you all.
Oddly, Leos was the name of the King of Light, mentioned in the epitaph of Twilight. And Helba was the name of the Queen of Darkness. During Leos and Helba's confrontation, another strange phenomenon occurred, this time in Netzlau. It was the third phase Magus. The situation took a sudden turn. Once again, with the power of the bracelet, Kite was able to defeat Magus. But another problem was awaiting him. The tower that had its data destroyed.
What the hell happened? You're kidding me, right?
It's looking rusted up. Okay, let's see. Alright, so we got a trophy out of that, but I actually want to see how this plays out. Because I do like these games.
We can only guess what Harold Hewitt's real purpose was in creating the online game, The World. But many think that it was first created as a testament to the woman he loved.
Emma.
A love letter to Emma Wieland, the woman who wrote the epic but unfinished poem, Epitaph of Twilight. Harold designed and created an online game based upon her unpublished manuscripts and sold it to CC Corporation. The World is, in fact, a fusion of Harold's genius for artificial intelligence and Emma's beautiful lyrical poetry. In other words, I believe Harold's true goal was to use the game to acquire data on the behavior of millions of online players. And by doing so, to create the ultimate AI. It's known that Harold had a secret untouchable folder, a black box. It was commonly known as the Herald System. Could it be that the World was actually a human behavior sampling system, simply disguised as an online game?
So it's TikTok, or really any other social media platform.
Genius plan. This system, the Morgana system, formed the nucleus of the world. It was to become the birth mother of the ultimate AI, Aura. To
Morgana
her,
didn't like
Aura
that.
was something special. She was like
The reincarnation
child
of Emma?
himself and Emma Wheelant, part human, part
Oh no,
machine.
just the
The
offspring.
Morgana incident was a result of the Morgana system running out of control. It occurred because the Morgana system had developed self-awareness. She realized that she would become disposable as soon as the ultimate artificial intelligence, Aura, was born. In trying to prevent the birth of Aura, Morgana drove her creator, Harold, insane. She even locked him inside the network. Then came the 8 cursed waves. Morgana's 8 phases took physical forms based on the 8 phases in the epitaph. They appeared to Kite, who had been entrusted with the bracelet from the then incomplete Aura. At that point, the world began to slowly come apart.
I mean, Morgana's similar to Am from I Have No Mouth, but I Must Scream. She's like that traditional rogue AI.
After destroying the 3rd phase,
Whereas
mages,
Ida is
Kite returned to Recode,
how we perceive it
only
nowadays.
to find the world completely in ruins. Server trouble increased. Game
Even
data was
Kubia.
being destroyed by viruses. In short, the world was beginning to break down. Then strangely, these abnormalities began to expand and spread into the real world. Kite anguished over the fact that each time he used his bracelet, the problems with the world seemed to increase. However, with the encouragement of Black Rose, whose real-life younger brother was still in a coma from the incident, Kite reconciled with Orca's friend, Balmont, and decided on a course of action.
Do you want to know something? My brother fell unconscious here. Oh.
You know, the more I think about it, the more Black Rose seems similar to Haseo.
The right time. Sorry. When I first met you, I forced you to come here, right? Yeah. I wanted to see what had happened here with my own eyes, yet I was too frightened to come here by myself. And I still feel that way. I'm very, very scared. But I wouldn't have gotten this far without you. So, what am I going to do if you start doubting yourself? How am I supposed to cope? Does a big sister have to be happy? I want to.
Black Rose. Please don't cry.
What do you mean? I'm not crying. You can't even see me, so don't make any assumptions. There you go. How typical. You always clam up when you should be talking.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was wrong in thinking that I'm the only one who's trying to do something about Orca and the disaster. Everybody wants to do something. Now I know I'm not the only one. We all want to bring this whole horrible mess to an end.
Yeah.
What can we do about the situation now? It's simple. We've got to do what we think is right. That's the only way we'll move forward.
Yep. Let's do it together. Things will work out. My intuition is pretty good. Well, I'm off to go see my brother.
At the hospital?
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Thank you.
To you too.
So, why did you help me? I scorned you when you both fought bravely. I am guilty of resorting to more cowardly means.
You ask, why did I help you, but why shouldn't I?
Yes, of course. I seem to have lost myself in hatred for the power of that bracelet. The power itself isn't good or evil. There are only evil intentions. It appears that I am the one who may have been selfish.
A great force. The power it holds can bring forth either salvation or destruction at the whim of the user.
What's that?
The girl, oh, that's what she said when she gave me the bracelet.
I see. You are indeed the one who should wear the bracelet. I'm sorry for what I've said and done. I apologize.
Oh no.
I want to restore this world.
Oh, I get it. This is
I want to help Orca as well.
Kahu from
However, it's not
Jade
something I
Cocoon
can
2.
accomplish alone. Perhaps you could lend me a hand. I am being selfish. Go right ahead and laugh.
I wouldn't laugh because I happen to have a request too. Care to hear it? I want two things. To help Orca and to play in the world that's not cold. But it's really not something I can accomplish alone. Could you lend me a hand?
Of course.
While discussing the cursed waves described in the epitaph of Twilight, Wise Man told Kite his theory that in order to stop the virus from spreading further, he had to defeat the 5 remaining phases, as well as Kubia. Wiseman's theory was of extreme interest to those of us working on Project GU. It helped explain the relationship between the bracelet and Kubia, and Aura, and Morgana's 8 phases. In order to comprehend this theory, one must understand the true meaning encoded into the Epitaph of Twilight poem. Wise Men knew a lot more than we at Project GU.
What the hell? It's a mask this time!
Launching program. Audio and visual communication from this end will now cease functioning. White noise on the screen will signal the start of battle. Good luck.
Ready!
With help from Wiseman and Helva, Kite defeated the 4th phase, Fidhel. He also obtained the 2nd Aura segment. However, Leos, who was concerned about the spread of the virus, decided to destroy the world servers. Guided by her voice, Kite descended into the dungeon and was reunited with Aura. However, before that, Kubia appeared for a 3rd battle with Kite.
This Ocarina of Time looking ass motherfucker.
Damaged data.
What's this?
I think she wants to say something.
Huh? What is it? Something like that exists?
It's that thing again!
It's big.
That voice she put on.
Can we defeat
Got me
it?
dying. Just put on the skeeting voice.
Growing.
As if responding
The Sandy
to
from
the call of the
SpongeBob
bracelet,
voice.
Kubia's strength grew enormous. Kite must have felt terrible, having upset the very balance of the world. Or perhaps his mental state was like mine. Perhaps like me, he decided to try and act heroically, using the power at his command to set the world back on the correct path. After a long and difficult second battle, Kite defeated Kubia and made peace between the hacker Helba and the admin Leos. When we learned that, for this battle anyway, we were on the same side as a detested hacker. My teammates and I couldn't hide our surprise. Just as the epitaph of Twilight foretold, the King of Light and the Queen of the Dark were to fight on the same side. And that was how, through the Morgana incident, we were able to achieve the single most important factor in our research at Project GU, the liberation of Sora, one of the 6 coma victims.
Aseo, basically.
That's... Skate's wand? Thank you.
It's kind of unfortunate that Sora and Aseo don't really act all that similar.
One of the 8 phases had merged with the spirit of the player who played as Sora. The player Sora had been imprisoned inside the network, within Skaith's staff. Sora was a rare and unique sample case. Government pressure, CC Corporation's very own cover-up. Even as the damage to the real world continued to grow, Kite and his friends began Operation Breakwater in an attempt to put a stop to the incursion by Morgana's 8 phases.
The Area Sigma, chatting snaring twins, is now quarantined. Communication will be offline.
Ready.
So who's the next one, Maka? Or Maha, I don't know. Or Gora.
Just who designs these freaky things anyway?
I don't know, but its metal as hell.
Kite received a transmission from Helba. At last, the source of the cursed wave had been discovered. It was the self-aware program, Morgana. Guilty Universe. Harold Hewick's world of corrupted love and dreams. Morgana, the basic system that controls the world, was imbued with an artificial personality. Her creator, Harold, had bestowed upon her the role of mother to the ultimate AI, Aura, but she rejected it. Instead, in order to preserve herself, she chose to imprison Harold within the network. And immediately after Aura was born, Morgana decided to delete her. When they learned this, Kite and his friends set out for their final challenge, to resurrect Aura.
Oh, it's you. The barriers have been lifted. They're all gone. We can go back and forth freely now. Isn't that wonderful? Tell me, do you happen to know where Elk is? I don't remember. My memory these days is fuzzy. So, who are you?
You're Mia, of course.
I have no memory. It's true. I only exist in the world. The only memory I have is when I'm in the world. No! Stop it! Mia! I want to stay as me!
The true identity of Mia, the cat-like character, was actually a wandering AI program. The sixth phase, Maha.
I'm sorry.
I actually saw on Reddit the original design for Maha, and it was a lot more humanoid.
It's unclear why the sixth phase was the only one to take the form of an NPC. This was yet another important sample case for Project GU to consider. Was it possible to establish a character with the Morgana factor and put the powers of the 8 phases of the epitaph under a player's control? Maha, the sixth phase, was destroyed, thus causing Mia to be erased as well. Elk, the Wave Master, had lost an irreplaceable companion and mourned her deeply.
Trying over there for Son.
Me.
You know, it's weird to think about because I had Endurance in that fight with me against the Azure characters, Balmung, Orca, and Kite.
Just leave me alone.
So he would recognize Kite. That's the thing.
Now their quest had reached the point of no return.
2 have to go.
After collecting all her segments, Kite received Aura's help and was able to destroy the 7th phase, Targos. In order to cover up the unfortunate fact that several gamers had collapsed into a coma while playing the world, CC Corp planned to destroy their servers. So to Kite and the others, their greatest enemy may very well have been the greedy, power-hungry humans in charge of the company. If they succeeded, and the world's servers were destroyed, Kite and his friends would never be able to revive the coma patients. Only two enemies remain. Kubia
Like how
and the
CyberConnect
eighth
2
and
makes
final
up this
phase.
fictional company, CyberConnect 1, and their
Fight the
stories.
two of them.
But I go, those are the assholes, not us.
Pressed by time and grasping desperately for an answer, Kite finally met
It's a
Harold's
different type of
pseudo-personality
gangsta.
deep in an infected area of a dungeon.
Making your own company like a
As well as
self-insert
the
villain.
newly free Aura. Who goes there? Who are you?
This is Harold?
My name is Harold.
What? Hey, you're nothing but a piece of rock! You're responsible for the cursed wave, aren't you? Alright then, fix this thing!
No, the passage of time is irreversible. Birth or death. Now only these two choices remain.
What? What are you saying?
Laura!
Aura, the child of light. Emma's daughter. My daughter. Just a little more.
It's no use. This guy is totally gone.
Laura, I have something I want to ask you. You said that I shouldn't fight Kubia, but why?
Kubia is the shadow. When there is light burning in the darkness, a shadow is born. When the bracelet appeared in this world, Kubia was born as well. The bracelet and Kubia are the opposite sides of the same coin. Therefore, if you defeat Kubia, the bracelet will be destroyed.
Kubia must have already known that, and that's why it kept running away.
Kubia will no longer run away. Because I have finally been released.
What do you mean?
Massive data believed to be the wave is heading in your direction. That's the last one. Destroy it!
Traveler, take this to heart. It is darkest before the dawn.
Run away! It is not too late!
We'll defeat it and end this!
No, it's not. That is...
They're really proud of this sequence, how long they show it. I guess this is worst case scenario. They run into Kubia before the 8th phase. At least if we get rid of the 8th phase, then there's no need to worry about Kubia. You can just fight him to your heart's content. Which is how traditionally it'd go about anyway. Deal with your it last.
Aura was the child Harold had dreamt of having with Emma Wieland. The bracelet and Kubia were two sides of the same entity, and Kubia was the anti-existence of the bracelet. To defeat Kubia, Kite would have to abandon the bracelet. But without the bracelet's power behind him, how could he possibly resist Morgana?
Do you think we can really defeat it?
Black Rose, strike my bracelet.
You want me to do what? Hey, what the hell are you saying?
If they're two sides at the same point, then this would settle it.
But the bracelet, it's...
Forget about the bracelet. We're in danger. If you can't do it...
Oh, all right, fine, I'll do it. I'll do it, so shut up.
Kite decided that the only way to defeat Kubia once and for all was to destroy the bracelet. To do so, he was forced to enlist the help of Black Rose. Kite believed that the revived aura had enough power to stop the cursed wave of Morgana. That's what Epitaph of Twilight meant. Twilight refers to a time of day that contains both light and darkness. If the epic poem had in fact been referring to dawn instead of dusk, then that must mean that Aura would bring light to the world. Along with Aura and his other companions, Kite faced off against the eighth phase, Corbenic.
Why do you pronounce it like that?
Kazu and Seek, who had regained consciousness with the resurrection of Aura, as well as Kite's close friend, Orca. To win this battle, Kite would have to beat not only Corbenic, the eighth phase, but also Morgana, the source of all the phases. However, in the face of Corbenic's relentless assault, Kite's companions fell one by one. Then,
this shit was just badass.
the brutal fight came to an end in an unexpected way. Aura sacrificed her own life on the tip of Kite's sword. self-sacrifice. It was the final act necessary for Aura to awaken as the ultimate AI. It was a bitter irony. Aura had finally become the ultimate AI. She attained a wisdom beyond that of humanity, and in doing so, she formed a new system. A better system in which the world could exist. Yes. It was a far greater dream than any of us at Project GU had ever hoped to see fulfilled.
I guess so. She became transcendent in that sense.
Genesis of Ultima. That's what it began to be called in the net. The battle by Kite's dot hackers that led to the birth of the ultimate AI, Aura. But who was a member of dot hackers? And who wasn't? I'm sure that whomever is reading this journal is wise enough to understand the futility in trying to answer that. These people weren't interested in being called heroes, or taking credit for saving the world. They did it to save the people they loved. To protect them. It was with their own faith that they fought. Everyone dreams of a hero, but most of us can only catch glimpses of them, buried in the pages of a journal. And so, it was from this point that Project GU truly began.
Alright, let's see. So this deals with more of the intermediate stuff.
The 4-year period between 2011 and 2014 were golden years for the world. It was no accident that this coincided perfectly with the presence of Aura. After all, the world was an online game managed by the ultimate AI. Even in CC Corp, this was known only to a limited number of people. From the moment it began, no one fully understood Aura, the omnipresent AI system that controlled the world. The average player would have no way at all to even learn of her existence. Aura had inherited the intelligence of a genius, Harold Hewick, and the beauty of a poet, Emma Wieland. She was the ultimate administrator of the world, and a gifted debugger. And yes, she could behave like a temperamental creator. As the lone deity in the world, Aura would sometimes act impulsively like a fickle goddess. For example, it was Aura's idea, not CC Corporation, to create a replica of the Kite character and use it in a promotional giveaway campaign.
Actually, that was the first time I knew about Dot Hack. From that spin-off, anime.
Aura disappeared, that can only be determined by examining conditions in the world. Our best estimate is in late 2014. It was 7 years after the day of Pluto's kiss that abnormalities first began to be clearly detected in the world. Time lags and frequent crash servers started to seriously interfere with the game. These problems didn't just cause trouble for the world, they affected the entire network. Load processing increased, and real-world trouble quickly magnified. The Network Market Research Organization, NAB, along with other institutions, investigated the cause. But although they suspected it was due to a new type of virus, one similar to the kind that had caused the original network crisis, they were unable to find evidence of sabotage. That was no surprise. The real reason was simply that Aura had vanished. This alone caused the network to revert to its original specs. It took until early 2015 before executives at CC Corp would come to that realization. And that's how it began. The network, albeit quietly, began to fall into decay, and the world faced its own dark age. As it became less and less reliable, the world soon lost its popular appeal. Aura, the guardian ubiquitous. Only a handful of people understood the relationship between the loss of Aura and the network chaos.
I mean, I guess that's another way of saying omnipresent, but
forced to make a decision. Their plan was to
making it weird.
Bring it back to the network again. But the father of Aura, Harold Hewick, was dead. Therefore, the RA plan, the plan for bringing her back, required a different organization. This was how Project GU was established. The loss of the ultimate AI, Aura, was the second major network crisis. In other words, the birth of Aura paved the way for the world's second paradigm shift. The world's golden age lasted from 2011 until 2014. When Aura's disappearance was confirmed, the world's golden age had truly become a dark age. A variety of problems, such as faulty servers, began to spread everywhere, not just the world, but over the entire internet. However, once CC executives learned that the cause of these problems was due to the loss of Aura, they began to formulate a plan to counteract against the silent danger.
A lot of retreading here.
They would forcibly restore Aura back to her original state. They intended to seize control of the next network society by creating and managing this ultimate AI themselves. It was a return to the plan both CC Corp and Ultimate Corp had hatched during the first network crisis. That was back in 2005, when they were still using the Ultimate operating system. Ultimate had managed the network's hegemony.
I don't know about the first network crisis.
This is how Project GU officially began. It was all thanks to CC Corp's sponsorship. The budget was limitless. A special team was put together. First-class engineers, AI programmers, and other technical experts. I myself was also a major part of this project. I was brought on to represent CC Corporation and ensure their goals were met. The project's overall objective was to restore Aura, and thus GU's RA plan began. The RA plan. We were to salvage the 8 broken pieces of the Morgana Factor, which had sunk into a sea of data after being destroyed by Kite's bracelet during the 2010 Morgana incident. It was thought that by sealing each piece of Morgana Factor separately into character data, players could then take control of them, one at a time. There were precedents for this kind of strategy. The mind of a player known as Sora had attached itself to Skaith.
Okay, so they're really doing some integral shit right now.
Whose mind was thought to have adhered itself to the wandering cat-like AI, Mia. Of the people involved in Project GU, there was one man on the team who was absolutely invaluable. Jotaro Amagi, an elite mind who came to CC Corp at age 19 after working intelligence for the Ministry of Economy. For his age, he was truly a genius. Although Mr. Amagi and I were far from what you would consider friends, our
But you have to say it like that.
combined abilities helped greatly to advance the project forward. We were the 2 essential wheels that kept GU rolling. Our age difference didn't matter. Yet we would frequently clash in fevered arguments. For some reason, a strange mixture of feelings, respect, envy, and scorn, had begun to grow in my heart. Even so, Amagi and myself scoured the network, finally managing to find a single piece of the Morgana factor. It was Magus, the factor for propagation. After a great deal of trial and error, the team finally succeeded in attaching the Morgana factor to a character in the world. This completed prototype became known as an epitaph user, so named for Morgana's 8 phases of the epitaph. The one we completed first was called the Epitaph User of Propagation. However, no one involved in the project, not even myself or Magi, could use one of these characters. When someone would try to log into the world with one of these characters, an unbearable vertigo, nausea, and headache would paralyze him. The Morgana factor, just as it had in the cases of Scathe and Sora, showed a high affinity for human minds. But perhaps that was only towards the chosen ones. Amagi had a theory that the Morgana factor could choose the player it would attach to, and though conditions were unclear, the Morgana factor would approve only a certain type of human. If that were indeed the case, locating those 8 chosen ones became an important issue for Project GU. At the advice of Amagi, a search team was created within the security admin department. They would filter players in the world to find the chosen ones. Unfortunately, we learned that Sora's real-life player had already canceled his account with the world.
You don't want that monthly subscription for a game that put him on a coma? Come on.
Can I take a look?
Mia! Your memories, they're...
Amagi and I continued our search for the other 7 pieces of the Morgana factor.
Is she still going for script?
Innes, Fidel, Gore, Maha, Tarvos, and Korvanik. Eventually we discovered that the Maha piece had once again attached itself to the cat character Mia. We were able to extract it by destroying the cat character. We continued to produce epitaph users one at a time, and eventually we had completed all 8 of them. All we had to do next was allow the chosen ones to control these epitaph users, then have them use the power of Morgana's 8 phases to activate the program Amagi had created. This RA program would restore Aura, gateway to Utopia.
I guess that was the plan before the fire happened.
We had almost arrived at our Utopia.
Imagine like the world R1 but with stands. That would have been cool, but it would have been weird as hell though. Like, as lame as the new lore for the world is, R2, the graphics allowed for like a degree of expressiveness, kind of went with the more story-driven narrative. So it's a side grade, but I guess it kind of was meant to be. I'll watch all this stuff later. Yep, save that. So, I guess that's going to do it for... In the overmorrow, I'll be streaming possibly the rest of The Force of Pain. Boy, Mr. Wonka 7. Thank you guys for watching, and Oksay Ameekte.